Shalom, everyone. Is polygamy more than one wife or YAHU'AHS? Is it of Yahuwah? I beg to differ. I beg to say no. Many men want several YAHU'AHs or wives. When I was going to get married in this walk, because I have a vow now, I've had one for some time, I wasn't about polygamy at all, because let me say this real quick. In the presence of, we have two witnesses here. Two witnesses establish a matter. Where two or more gather together in his great name, YAHU'AH, YAHU'SHA, YAHU'AH, RUKH, YAHU'AH is in the midst. I didn't want to share. You got women that say, oh, I don't mind sister wives. What is that? Sister wives, really? Never heard no. So you want to share your husband. And my thought was, well, why can't I have more than one husband then? Well, I don't want no man up in my woman. Well, why would another woman want their man or their husband up in another woman? I don't, but these, and I'm sorry, silly women want to share their man. So now you got a situation where the one woman can give that man children and you can't. And I don't care what you say, you're going to feel some type of way that woman can bear children for your husband, and he could have been your husband first. So again, why would you want to even put yourself through that? So now let's look at the real deal right now. And I'm starting off real quick because I only have a little time right now. But, so we look at this. When the woman in the ancient times of Loom, she came straight from her daddy, from her father, to her husband. Does that happen today in 2017? No. Maybe 5% of what we call virgins or handmaidens go straight from their father or their mother, because most homes are broken right now, to their husband. So guess what? When you get your YAHU'AH, or either your YAHU'AH, your husband, or man and woman together, they've slept with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, hundreds of people. So everyone they slept with, guess what? You sleep with. Back then, was there really something called AIDS? Maybe, maybe not, but I don't think so. You got many men that go into prison, and while they're in there, they're having sex with each other. When they come back out, they act like everything is normal. Okay? So the woman receives HIV or AIDS. Because actually two women can't give each other that. It's through the semen, through the penis, that the AIDS virus goes. Okay? Now, not only will you receive, well, Abram had more than one wife. Well, first of all, that was Sarah's bright idea. And how did that work out for Sarah? Hagar. She got jealous. Hagar. And then Sarah got jealous. And Sarah was able to put her away. He said, listen to Sarah. And Yahuwah allowed her to have Hagar go. But that was Sarah's idea, because Sarah didn't have the belief in Yahuwah like she should have. And yes, Sarah was his sister, not his half sister like scripture tries to portray, because they had the same father. That meant they were whole brother and sister. The written Torah had it not coming down. The Torah began from the beginning, but the written Torah had not been written. So this is why for Yahuwah it wasn't incest, but it was still his sister, because they shared the same father. But that didn't work out. And Abram only wanted Sarah. That was it. It was her idea to get Hagar. Then they want to talk, and he didn't remarry again till Sarah died. Look at the scripture. So now we got Jacob. Oh, Jacob. Okay, those are his first cousins, because that was his uncle's daughters. Leah, and RUKH. He only wanted RUKH, Rachel. That was it. But because he was a trickster or deceiver, by deceiving his father, Yaakov, he ended up having to marry the oldest daughter, which was Leah. And then when he finally had to work again another 7 years to get RUKH, RUKH was barren. So then she gave her, whatever I think it was a slave person or whatever. So, because she couldn't have no babies at that time. Okay. Leah was going through, because she was the unloved one. But it's interesting, Leah was the one who got buried with her husband, because she bared the name. She said YAHU'AH, YAHU'AH, and named her son YAHU'AH, which that's the tribe that YAHU'SHA came through. Why? Because it bared the name. So again, Yaakov only wanted RUKH. And the only reason for the other wives was because, again, jealousy. And trying to, you know, she couldn't bear and all this other stuff. So again, on why there was polygamy. In retrospect to the ones that they try to say, oh, this is why, you know. At the time that the kings, because they could afford, most men cannot either afford more than one wife, or serve them in the retrospect to mentally, emotionally, even sexually. They can't. Not in this day and time especially. They were building a nation back then. Now, YASHARAL was one of the smallest nations. And they were building a nation. So YAHU'AH allowed, see, it's a difference from what YAHU'AH commanded. There's no scripture that supports that. People try to bring the scripture about when he was telling YASHARAL, okay, if the first wife does this and this, whatever. For those that were kings or could afford them, he gave them an outline on how you had to do it. Just like with meat. He did not have meat in the beginning. But once we came into wickedness, he allowed it and said, okay, this is how you have to eat it. You must drain the blood, cover with dirt. These are the animals that I allow you to eat. This is what allowed. It was never a command to eat meat, because when his original plan was no meat. Because it was just plants and herbs, and not to smoke the herbs, to eat them. Okay. Same with marriage. Okay. He said, look, for those men that are taking these extra wives, this is how I'm going to show you how to do it. Because we even look at, let's look at Dabarym. A lot of the cherry picking men that pretty much hate my guts, which I don't care. They never show the scripture to the women in Dabarym, in Deuteronomy 17:17. He must not take on many wives. Again, let's say it again. He must not take on many wives. One more time. He must not take on many wives. That is Deuteronomy 17:17. Or his heart will be led astray. And he, YAHU'AH, said, you must not take many wives. Yet still, many read that YAHU'AH supported many wives. How did YAHU'AH support many wives when he said right there in Dabarym 17:17? YAHU'AH married only one nation. He didn't marry many nations. He married YASHARAL. That is it. Then you got folks out here wickedly saying, I've heard from Post or other people, you got this certain guy out here saying, oh, YAHU'AH was a polygamist. What do you mean? You sound wicked. It's blasphemous. One woman. So one nation. So we got one woman who has a nose, lips, eyes. She got 2 arms, 2 legs. You only married one woman, but she got many parts. YASHARAL has many parts. But he only married one nation. So where you get this polygamist attitude with YAHU'AH? Oh, just to fester on your lustful ways and lustful things, you know? Because again, if it's just about building a nation, then why don't women have many husbands? Have brother husbands. They got this sister. It's nothing but a big orgy, a bunch of lust. And the silly women and flunkies that follow that, they're stupider than a dumber box of rocks. Why? Because again, it is wrong to do polygamy. It's no command. There's no command. There's no instruction. And again, everybody he slept with, you slept with. Everybody she slept with, you slept with. You know? Polygamy is just as wrong as oral sex. I'm going to say again, oral sex. Either way, vagina or penis, it's wrong. You're drinking your babies, you're murdering your babies. It's oral sex is wicked. To no avail. Now, I bring forth a debar. Rather people choose to live, you're going to be warned. Because on that day of judgment, I'm bringing forth. Because again, he killed a nation for sodomy. He killed a man for spilling his seed. And every time people masturbate and do oral sex, they're killing seed. Okay? Again, polygamy is lustful. It is wickedness. It is, when they were building the nation, it had nothing to do with what's going on today. It's a bunch of orgy stuff. It's a bunch of low esteem, self-esteem women who feel like, well, I'll share my man. Okay, that's what he wants. Well, I'm barren. And that was another reason if a woman was barren. But today, it's so many homeless children that's out here that's orphaned. You can bring them in and teach them about Yahuwah and YAHU'SHA and RUKH. Okay? It's a whole different gamut today. Okay? Again, the cherry picking men don't bring forth Deuteronomy 17:17, where he's telling them don't take on many wives. The most knowledgeable or understanding or discernment of men, King Solomon, how did that work out for him? And this was written before Solomon was born. And he was from the tribe of Yahudah, because Yahudah, David, was his daddy, was his father. So they was in the place of assembly learning the Torah. How did he miss Deuteronomy or Dabarym 17:17? And it's interesting, 17:17 is overcoming the enemy, because the number 17 represents overcoming the enemy, and it was evident that King Solomon did not overcome the enemy. How did it work for his dad, King Yahudah? He had many wives that he could afford. It was some that he didn't even sleep with. He just took care of. How did that work for him? Like Yahuwah said, I'd have gave you anybody you wanted, King Dude. I'd have gave you anything. And you still wanted somebody else's wife. And you murdered. It was a domino effect. Okay? So again, we look at these situations on if King Solomon was so knowledgeable, he seemed to be a dumber box of rocks if he couldn't understand Deuteronomy or Dabarym 17:17. He must not take on many wives, or his heart would be led astray, because it did. His heart was laid astray. Okay? Again, Jacob only wanted Rachel or Rachel, whatever his first cousin's name, because that was his uncle's children. But the written Torah had not come down yet, so he could have his first cousins. Okay? How'd that work out for them? It didn't. Yes, the 12 tribes came out of that, because Yahuwah is going to still be esteemed, regardless. But don't say it like Jacob, it was a command. No. It was because he deceived his dad, he deceived his brother to get the birthright. So he got deceived. Okay? He got deceived, and he had to keep doing this and that, and the women got jealous and stuff, because it's going to happen. Okay? At the end of the day, Abram, he never wanted nobody but his sister Sarah, and it was his sister because they shared the same father. You can look at the scriptures, it says they would have the same daddy, so they were whole. How'd that work out for Sarah? It didn't. She got jealous of Hagar. Hagar was doing different things. Okay, because she didn't want to wait on what Yahuwah has spoken on. Again, Yahuwah married one nation. Again, he married one nation with many parts, and that one nation is male and female. I made male, female. I made them in my image. Okay, now we can go back as far as Yahuwah, Adam, man of dirt, and Khuah. Let's talk about them. Sovereignty of YAHU'AH. He's sovereign. Why Yahuwah didn't take out many Khuahs out of the rib of the man? He took one. It says it. One woman out. Her vaginal, her dark womb, where she was created in Uganda, Africa, could have produced billions of children, which she basically did, of all nations. That dark womb produced all nations. Okay? But why you only took one? You only took one. It doesn't say he took out 3 or 4 different Khuahs out the rib of the man. Only one. Again, I just look over and over at these scriptures, and it's real simple to me on who wants to, in this day and time, to share in those kind of sexual acts. Because again, the woman in the ancient times, she came right from her dada, from her father, her earthly eye, and went to her husband. She was clean. She was a virgin. Most women today are not virgins. And definitely the men. Yeah, I'm going to say definitely the men. So they can say I'm a man basher or whatever. It doesn't matter. I really don't care. But I am told to bring forth this Dabarym. Okay? Most men are not. So everybody's sleeping with 1 billion people because whoever they sleep with, and there's the venereal diseases, AIDS, herpes, all these different things going on and on and on. Then they pass on to the children that come. Then if that woman can't bear no children, it's a problem or whatever. It's just a whole big mess. Instead of being concentrated on Torah, most men are concentrating on how many women they can have, how many babies they can have, instead of concentrating on their intimacy with Yahuwah. Concentrating on how to get to eternity. Okay? So again, polygamy is not of Yahuwah. Yahuwah allowed a lot of things, but there is no instruction for that. And some of us, like YAHU'AHS, YAHU'AH, YAHU'AHS, Khuah, YAHU'AH, YAHU'AHs, Nabi, Shema, YAHU'AH, we taking a vow to be full-time servants. Because even when, you know, sadly, even when a man goes into his woman, he becomes unclean. He becomes unclean until evening. It says it right there in scripture. Okay, she's unclean too. You know, but at the end of the day, as we have cleansed ourselves to be consecrated unto our Creator, our YAHU'AHS, we can see that no one understands. There's nothing wrong with marriage. It's a beautiful thing. There's nothing wrong with bringing forth procreating children. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a great thing. But we as a people have perverted it over and over these years. Perverted it. And now in these days and time, we want to pervert it some more. Okay, with this polygamy situation, and it gives you a black eye because people around the world, oh, them Hebrews or them Yehudims or whatever they want to call people, oh, they got anywhere and they ain't gonna even deal, you know, because it is wicked. It's wicked, and people can bash me, call me names, whatever they call me, because they call me every name in the book. You know, that's fine. I really don't care. I don't. I always mention it only because those that bring forth the truth, it becomes the new hate speech. So, real quick, we're going to wrap this up. Again, polygamy is not of Yahuwah. It might be a Yahweh, it might be a Jehovah, it might be a ALLH, it might be a GOD. It might be whoever they want to call their wicked deity, false mighty one. Because there's only one true Eluah, Almighty One. I come in the physical name of YAHU'AH. And yes, I need to. Because I become a witness. The signature is on me. So I come in his authority. And I come in his authority. The polygamy they are talking about of today is not of YAHU'AH. And I can speak that. It is not of YAHU'AH, YAHU'SHA, or RUKH. Now, for the silly women that want to follow it, fine. But it ain't going to be a good look for you. Trust me on those matters. If you don't want to trust me on the matters, don't do it. Go ahead and have 50. I wouldn't care, for real, if you want to have, you know. But try to ask that man, can you have a whole bunch of husbands, and see how that happens. What is that? Sister wives. So let's have some brother husbands. That sounds ridiculous. Sounds retarded. Okay? Continue to let the man have orgies or whatever he wants, because that's all it's about. Okay? Real quick, it's 4:31. We'll be out of here momentarily. Real quickly, Yada, YAHU'AH, the songbird of Yahuwah. Quickly, if you can, because I took up a lot of the time just to try to briefly get in some scriptures. Just your point of view on it based on what you have experienced, and then a quick 5-minute from a male perspective.
Shalom, everyone. First and foremost, I want to say that I delight in the vow that I've made to consecrate myself to be celibate for the rest of the duration of my life to YAHU'AH, YAHU'SHA, the RUKH. And anyone who tries to say that YAHU'AH'S Khuah forced me or asked me to do this or I did this because of her, you're wrong. You're wicked for even thinking that or even saying that. I delighted in this on my own, and I wanted to do it on my own. However, about 2014, I met a young man named Khuah. His real name is Desmond Alexander Holman. He was married at the time. He told me he was, and then he told me he wasn't. However, I ended up becoming into a polygamous relationship and despised it very much. It was a lot of wickedness, a lot of transgressions that happened on my part and his part. It was like he and his wife and I were constantly at odds with each other. It was a lot of jealousy. It was a lot of envy. I mean, a lot of just wickedness. And, you know, she would say, oh, I love you, my sister, but really on the inside, she had no love for me. I didn't really have no love for her. I'm going to just be real with y'all. But, you know, that whole period of my life caused me to go up against my Creator, the face of YAHU'AH. The whole thing, polygamy in itself, was wicked for me, extremely wicked. And anyone who was in polygamy, I would invite y'all to come into my inbox, or if you want to call, I'll give you my number, because only YAHU'AH should be our husband, our salvation, our deliverer, our rescue, and only He can save us. Can no man save us from nothing. Only YAHU'AH can save us through YAHU'SHA. And I mean, for real, I was stressed to all the sisters out there. Like my mom always says, run like the Dickens and don't look back. Keep your eye towards YAHU'AH. Keep your eyes towards YAHU'AH. Keep your mind on YAHU'AH always and forever. Because only YAHU'AH can save you. Only YAHU'AH can love you. Can't nobody love you the way YAHU'AH loves you. Can't nobody love you. I'm trying to tell y'all, my sisters, please listen to what I'm saying, because I've dealt in a polygamous relationship. No one can love you the way that He loves you. No one can love you the way that He loves you. Me personally, like I said, polygamy for me was extremely wicked. Extremely wicked. It was extremely just causing me to go up against constantly the face of my Creator. Constantly. And again, YAHU'AH, before the two witnesses that are here, YAHU'AH'S Nabi Shema YAHU'AH'S YAHU'AH'S. I beg for your forgiveness for all the transgressions, the wickedness, the iniquities that I've committed with this man, Desmond Alexander Holman, with this man that he goes by Khuah, y'all, and all the things that I've done against you, YAHU'AH. I beg for the pity. I beg for the pity, Bashur. But again, polygamy is extremely wicked, my sisters. It's extremely wicked. At the time that it happened, it was to build a nation. But now, focus on YAHU'AH. Focus on YAHU'SHA. Focus on RUKH. That's all you need. That is all you need, because only they can save you. Only they can love you. Show you Shabbat. Shalom, shalom.
Powerful. That was YAHU'AH'S. That was YAHU'AH'S Yada YAHU'AH, the songbird of YAHU'AH, YAHU'SHA, YAHU'AH, the RUKH. Now we're going to hear from YAHU'AH'S Nabi Shema YAHU'AH, the prophet that he is. He's never really dealt in a polygamous relationship. So what I'm going to ask him is just his views on it as a man, quickly, because again we're at 4:35. But he will speak on those from a male's perspective. Again, polygamy is not of YAHU'AH, y'all. It's not. It might be a God, it might be a Yahweh, it might be it's of Satan. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Satan, Ra, the evil one, the wicked one. It is. It really is. And really ask YAHU'AH about that. But again, the silly sisters that want to go along with it, you're not going to be happy. You're going to be jealous. He's going to spend more time with the other one. Or her sex is better. Or she can have more babies for me. Or whatever. She understands me better. It's always going to be something. It's always going to be that. You know. And you're not going to, oh, you giving her more time than me. What's that about? And then you're going to be babysitting, watching. I mean, it's just a mess. It's just a hot mess. And everybody she slept with, you're going to sleep with them too. And everybody don't tell everything. Some people got herpes, because herpes, AIDS all sit dormant sometimes for years. And you won't even know. And then all of a sudden you break out, your vagina falls out, the penis falls. You know, I'm just keeping it real. Okay? And then you come back and be like, well, how did I get this? And you ain't going to never know how. Because it could have been somebody that the woman slept with 50 years ago, or 5 years ago, or 10 years ago. In the same way, with the man, you don't know what's going on, because these women and men are not coming to each other as virgins or handmaidens. They're coming to after they done slept with 50 nasty people, because folks is nasty today. Okay, people nasty, they dirty, they nasty. And I'm glad, I had a vow for about 8 years now. I'm glad I ain't getting entered in all this semen and all this wickedness. And now these young people, they're in their 20s and they took a vow. They don't want all of that. Sex is overrated anyway. It's okay for those who are really walking in YAHU'AH, and many aren't. Many call on name YAHU'AH, they ain't walking in YAHU'AH. This is the name. Now, those that are really walking in Yahuwah and trying to walk spotless and blameless and clean, okay, that's a different story, because ain't nothing wrong with procreating. There's nothing wrong with having a marriage of a man who wants and only desires, because your Creator only wanted one nation, and that was YAHU'AHS. He only married one nation, only gave one Khuah out of the rib of the man. One. So let's go. Okay.
Shalom, shalom, everyone. This is Nabi YAHU'AH, and I want to speak about what I think about polygamy. I've never been into polygamy, but I was a whore, but I ain't never been in polygamy. But what I think is, it's wicked, okay? Just think about it like this. That man that you dealing with doing polygamy, he could be gay. You know what I'm saying? You probably never thought about that. He might be doing anal sex, and you having sex with all these women, and then you might be sucking his penis. That is wicked to no avail. You be eating everybody out, or sucking penises or whatever. That is wicked. I think it's wicked because it's your feelings get into it, more than one feelings. You know what I'm saying? And when you be with more than one person, you have feelings for this person, you have feelings for this, and then it be all messed up. That's
and the
messing
demons
up.
Are transferred to you.
And the demons are transferred to you, and it's very wicked because that's wicked to no avail. I haven't never really been into it, but that's what I think. What I can say is y'all need to stop it and think about what y'all doing, because I love what I did. I made a vow to my husband, YAHU'AH, YAHU'SHA, YAHU'AH. I bowed down to my husband. You know what I'm saying? I don't want none of that, you know what I'm saying? But y'all women, y'all men, y'all need to think about it, because y'all wondering, oh, my booty, hurt and you got some disease. Well, you got it from somebody else, because they all mixing it all in their penis or with a vagina, whatever you want to call it, anal sex. Wicked to no avail. You need to think about what you're doing, and that is wicked. YAHU'AH does not like that. You will burn in a lake of fire if you don't stop.
Come on, speak.
Okay? You will burn in the lake of fire. And the great names are YAHU'AH, YAHU'SHA, YAHU'AH. So turn and shoot back and fix the problem now before YAHU'AH comes, because you don't know what day he's coming. Okay, I hear. You know what I'm saying? Think about it, stop playing around, stop whoring, and especially those who are married, you know what I'm saying? Even though I wasn't married, I was still whoring, and that's wicked to no avail too at the same time. But those who are married, that is very wicked. Stop it. Shoot and return back to YAHU'AH, YAHU'SHA, YAHU'AH. Bow down. Shoot, because you don't know what's gonna happen, you know what I'm saying? And you worrying about this person's feelings and this and that and this. We don't got time for all that. I'd rather just praise my husband, because my husband wouldn't do me that. I love my husband.
Speed.
You know what I'm saying? So stop playing around. Screw all these silly women and men. You don't need sex, because they ain't wrong making children, but just having sex with everybody acting crazy, that's just wicked. That's that confusion. That's wicked. Satan to no avail. You know what I'm saying? So shoot me, return back. Loyalty between I'm loyal to I claim my husband. You know
Come on, speak.
I claim my husband. I bow down.
What's your husband's name?
YAHU'AH, YAHU'SHA, YAHU'AH. Come on.
Come on now. Hallelujah.
YAHU'AH, YAHU'SHA. Come on, stop it. Shoot back. Shoot back. Repent. Turn back, man. Because you will burn in a lake of fire. Okay? You will. So you better stop it and shoot back.
Unless you like fire.
If you like fire, that's all on you. That's all on you. Okay. At the end of the day, I'm a praise my husband and claim my husband.
It's 144. Just turn
Die,
144.
Just
turn. It's 144, y'all. Hallelujah. We shoot. Oh, go ahead.
I say one thing I can attest to. I don't know. I think it was you that said it, Amar, with the demons, the transfer of demons.
Oh, powerful.
That right there is a major thing. The transfer of demons through sexual acts, a lot of different acts for real. That's what I've been dealing with myself when I dealt with this man. The transfer, his demons transferred onto me, and then I'm sitting here battling, trying to get myself together, trying to gain this closeness with YAHU'AH.
Intimacy,
and
right?
because intimacy correctly, and because I sadly feared this man, or I thought I loved this man more than YAHU'AH, or I did love him more than YAHU'AH. Actually, now I'm battling the aftermath of the demons, and I'm just trying to let my sisters know. Not trying to be sexist, because my brothers too, but my sisters know. Please, like my brother over here said, please, you need to truly love YAHU'AH with all your heart, with all your being, and with all your might. Don't put yourself in that situation. Continue to keep your eyes stayed on YAHU'AH, YAHU'SHA, because even with the transfer of demons, you don't know what the outcome is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what the outcome is going to be.
Wicked to know of it.
You don't know what the outcome is going to be. And you want to keep your mind stayed on YAHU'AH, keep your heart stayed on YAHU'AH, your life, keep your nafash in tune with YAHU'AH, YAHU'SHA, RUKH, because you just never know. You never know. Every day we should be living like it is our last. My mama tells us that all the time. We need to live each day like it is our last. Because we just don't know. The lake of fire is waiting for many people, and we don't want it to be waiting for us.
Nope.
We want to be a part of YAHU'AH's kingdom. We want to be sealed in our lives, in our
Part of the
minds, in our
144.
hearts. We want to be sealed. YAHU'AH, if you would have us. Because we've done so much wickedness.
So much wickedness.
So much. We don't even deserve to be able to speak your name. We don't even be able to deserve to read your scriptures, to even know your name. But you still showing us pity. You still showing us favor.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. YAHU'AH.
Well, they're about to close. It's 4:43, 15 minutes before the library. We're going to have some more round tables when we get home. Some real good topics, because this was a very topic. I want to say, YAHU'AH and YAHU'SHA, YAHU'AH the RUKH, first and foremost, Tudah to you, YAHU'AH and YAHU'SHA, but Tudah, Rabbi to YAHU'AHs, Nabi, Shema YAHU'AH, the prophet that hears, to YAHU'AHs, YAHU'AH, the songbird of YAHU'AH. I want to say Baruch Atah, YAHU'AH, YAHU'SHA, and we'll end with Shema YAHU'AH cover us, Shema us. You'll lead on that for us?
YAHU'AH, Shema us.
YAHU'AH, Shema us. YAHU'AH, Shema us. In the name of YAHU'SHA, YAHU'AH, Shema us. YAHU'AH, Shema us. YAHU'AH, Shema us. In the name of YAHU'SHA. Oh.
YAHU'AH, Shema us.
Oh.
YAHU'AH, Shema us.
In the name of YAHU'SHA. Oh. Hallelujah, hallelujah, YAHU'AH. We love you, YAHU'AH, YAHU'SHA, YAHU'AH the RUKH, and we will bow down to you forevermore.
Yes.
Hallelujah. And let's lead out with hold the nail, behold the hand, behold the nail, behold the hand. The arm of YAHU'AH saves YAHU'SHA's mankind. What you say, sister?
Behold the nail, behold the hand. Behold the nail, behold the hand. The arm of YAHU'AH saves mankind.
What you say, brother?
Behold the nail, behold the hand.
Hey.
Oh, behold the nail, behold the hand.
Powerful.
Behold the nail, behold the hand.
Come on, come on.
The arm of YAHU'AH saves mankind.
Powerful. Hallelujah. Shalom, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back. We'll do some more great topics in the great names of YAHU'AH, YAHU'SHA, YAHU'AH the RUKH. Shalom.